Hey everyone, welcome back to I Know a Guy. I'm Anthony, and this is the podcast where connections thrive. Each episode, we spotlight inspiring entrepreneurs, professionals, and individuals doing amazing things. Together, we'll grow your circle, spark collaborations, and discover new opportunities. Today, we're meeting Bob Molony. He is a seasoned consultant with over 40 years of experience in accounts receivable management. Now helping businesses cut costs through his work with Era Group, based in Pennsylvania, Bob blends deep financial expertise with a passion for helping companies operate more efficiently. How are you doing today, Bob?
I'm doing real well, Anthony. How are you?
Oh no, I'm doing fantastic. I know we were talking before. If they ever fix the AC, I'll be doing even better. But for now, I have myself locked in the office with the window units. But yeah, I was excited to have you on. I've enjoyed our conversations. We were connected by a mutual friend probably close to a year ago now. But was excited to have you on. You're helping a lot of people doing cool things. So trying to introduce you to some more folks out there that need to know you. But um, when we're getting started, where are you located? Where are you calling in?
I'm in Conshohocken, Pennsylvania, just outside of Philadelphia.
Okay. You been there for a while, or are you newer to the area?
I've been here. I've been here for probably over 40 years now.
Okay, so you have your haunts. If you have some friends coming in the town that have never visited before, where are you going? What are you doing? And what's for dinner?
When in Conshohocken, I want to say there's just a new restaurant just opened up around the corner called the Rabbit Hole. I think that'd be the first place I would take them because I was just there a couple of weeks ago, and the town of Conshohocken has really grown since I've been here. Originally, it was very industrial, but it's become much more young, professionally oriented, and a lot of good restaurants. There's no shortage of good food and good drinks.
Okay, so you have dinner sorted out, but what's the fun activity? What are you doing? Where are you taking them?
I would probably take them into Philadelphia. I would take because we're so close to Philadelphia. There's a lot of stuff going on down there, and to learn the city, get around the city. That's probably the best thing. Probably a sports event will probably be the best thing.
Hey, you really can't go to Philly without seeing some sort of sports event. So okay, I got you. Awesome. Well, what can you tell us about what you do? What's Era Group?
So Era Group is one of the largest strategic cost reduction consultancies in the world. We've got probably 1,000 consultants in 60 different countries now. And the value proposition that we bring to the table is that we provide expertise in a broad range of categories that includes anything from insurance to freight to food services, medical equipment and supplies. You name it, we do it. I've been working on a project currently with accounting services that I've done myself, and that is unique to the organization as well.
Okay. Well, how'd you get started doing this? Is this what you've always wanted to do, or was it a happy accident?
Well, I want to say it's probably a happy accident. So I spent a long career in the debt recovery business, and found myself furloughed in April of 2020. So I started looking for a job, and while I was doing that, I ran into a franchise consultant, and I'd always wanted to be in business for myself. The more and more I talked to him, the more the more achievable it became, so I spent the summer setting up my corporate entity, and then launched the franchise in November.
It's awesome. What do you love about what you're doing?
I really love being able to help businesses contribute to their bottom line. I mean, most businesses are focused on growing their revenue, hiring and retaining staff, expanding their footprint. But when it comes to their bottom line and growing their EBITDA, that's a lot of things that I do are they're probably considered the cost of doing business. But being able to make a valuable contribution to their bottom line is really where it's at. That not only improves their profitability, but it also improves their valuation long term if they're in the market to sell.
Okay. And then when you're looking at like your average client, are there any particular niches, industries, sizes, or what are the pain points that somebody might be dealing with? They're going through X, Y, or Z. You're the person they should be talking.
So, well, the pain points they vary client to client. So, in some cases, it might be insurance. In some cases, it could be freight. A lot of times, it's something that lies underneath the surface that they may not even be aware exists. We provide for them a detailed analysis using our software program called SpendView, and that helps to identify areas in their indirect costs that they may not even be paying attention to. And frequently it's in those areas where they find the biggest savings.
What about like power partners? What are other industries or professionals out there that you synergize really well with, or that you can collaborate with, or that you can refer back and forth?
Um, well, I like to consider myself to be in a trusted advisor role. So anybody that is that is dealing with the C-suite, that has built confidence in the C-suite, that they're able to help. Where where a CEO or CFO might share that they're struggling with this particular expense area. It could be their utilities or uh, could be anything like even just office supplies for that matter.
Okay. That's interesting. So, what advice, since you started this, you said 2020, what advice would you give to a new or an aspiring entrepreneur?
I would say plan. Plan as much as you can. Be prepared that those plans are going to go sideways. Anticipate that there are things that you might not have considered. Take advice from those people that you know, like, and trust. Keep an open mind.
That's all great advice, especially with entrepreneurship, is being willing to, have the plan to pivot from it when it doesn't make sense. It's huge because a lot of us can kind of get into the weeds. It's like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And then before you know it, you're completely over here, but it's working because you pivoted where if you would have just been rigid and non-fluid, you would have crashed and burned. So that's fantastic advice. Do you have any stories about, maybe seeing that in your own business?
Well, the one thing that I have to say is that I found myself in a situation where when I first started, I expected that the sales cycle was going to be quicker than what it actually was. But you've got to adapt and find a way to be able to work towards it. So I've been able to work both sides of the fence in terms of continually working on business development while at the same time I'm doing some analytical work to offset that.
Yeah, the sales cycle could be a big challenge for a lot of folks where it's like you have a very valuable funnel going 6 months from now, right? So if you could just convince everybody to stop sending you bills for the next 6 months, you'd be good. So I know that's a big thing for a lot of folks. So it's important that people know that that's real. So awesome. What's one common area where businesses overspend without realizing?
You know something that's a great question, Anthony. I'm not sure that there's any one particular area, but most of the time businesses are very focused on their core products and services. So they typically don't overspend on something that is close to their vision, shall we say. However, there's opportunities to overlook things contractually where they're looking at a contract once every 5 years. The good thing about being able to engage with an air group consultant is that our team are focused on looking at those contracts probably a dozen or more a year, very in tune with what's going on and what can be where the opportunities lie in order to be able to help clients get the best value for their costs.
Also, great advice because you can be hyper, competent at a thing or two, but all of it's a lot. It really helps to have somebody on your side that's what they're good at, that's what they're competent at, because you can't be everything for everybody, and you have to be able to delegate and find the best things because it's too much to do by yourself.
And the other thing that I think that clients find value in is that we monitor the invoices over a 36-month engagement to ensure that the suppliers or service providers stay in line with what they agree to. I know in my past experience, I was involved with that to a degree where I did review invoices, and it wasn't uncommon for things to slip through. Sometimes it goes both ways. Sometimes the errors could be in favor of the buyer, sometimes not.
How can a cost savings consultant help improve your bottom line?
Well, what we end up doing is we end up reducing costs, helping clients improve the value that they get from their suppliers and service providers, and make sure I mean, it doesn't always come down to cost, but it could be process improvements. There could be areas within the business that they could just make in a slight change that they could recognize some significant savings.
What would you say is the biggest mistake that companies make with their vendor contract?
I would say they probably overlook areas that potentially are favorable to the seller. And a lot of times when you think about it, if you just think about insurance, an insurance broker is they're going to go to their clients and give them the best price that they can give them. But at the same time, they still have to make a living. They're not necessarily going to cut themselves short for the sake of their client. Where ERA comes in as an independent lens, we represent the best interests of our clients, and we provide them with what I would hope to be a very objective and clear view of what they can expect, and they're always in the decision seat. They're the ones that are making the choice in terms of which direction they want to go.
Okay. And then this is always the most important question, for anybody and everybody out there that's an entrepreneur. Why you? What sets you apart from everybody else out there doing something similar?
Well, I know that I always think in the best interest of my clients. I think selflessly. I'm tenacious. I don't give up easily, and I truly look at myself as an advocate for my clients 100% of the time.
But when it comes to cost savings and all the areas where you guys can help folks, I know it's a big list. But in general, is there anything that I missed or that I failed to ask that you wanted to add?
I don't know that there's anything that you missed, Anthony. I want to say that the one thing that I would consider in terms of engaging a cost optimization consultant is recognizing the fact that it's impossible for any one person to have expertise in all the areas that Era Group can provide. I even say to myself, I know what I don't know, but I know who knows what I don't know, and that's probably the biggest value I can bring to my clients.
Absolutely. Having that, being mature enough in business and humble enough to go, I'm not your guy. I know a guy, right? Let me introduce you to somebody that's going to be an expert at that. No, that's super powerful. And, people need to understand that as far as their business goes. So that's awesome. For those that have questions that would like to learn a little bit more, what's the best way they get a hold of you? Where can they find you?
Probably the best way to reach me is call me. You can get me at 610-686-8015 or shoot me an email at bmaloney, it's BMOLONY at eragroup.com.
Perfect. And I'm going to put all that in the show notes so it's super easy to find. Copy, paste, easy. If anybody would like to get a hold of Bob, do it. He's the exact same in a one-to-one as he is here, so don't be shy. He's a wealth of knowledge. He's going to be able to help you out. You're going to be better for having that connection than not. So absolutely reach out. If somebody would like to get a hold of me, you can visit me at our website at ikag.me. You can find more episodes, subscribe to our newsletter, and connect with our growing community of awesome people like Bob. If you were somebody you know would like to be interviewed, you can also apply on the website. But Bob, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate you taking this time to pour out everything that you've been seeing, everything that you went through being an entrepreneur. I really do appreciate what you're doing. You're helping a lot of folks. So let's all go have an awesome day and grow our circles. All right.
Thanks, Anthony. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.